Good morning, we're up and out nice and early. It's 6:45 AM and we're out up at Vorlich to go and do a Munro today. The Munro that we are doing is Ben Vorlich. It's quite short, sharp and steep, as my friend Chris likes to describe it. So I've never done it before, this is my first time, so we're going to go and see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to this. One of the things I always say every year is I'm going to go and do more Munros, more hill walks, and then I always never do it, so I'm taking an opportunity. Where the weather's good, it's going to be really hot today, but do you know what, if we complain about it being wet and windy and then it's too hot and people go, don't want to go and do it, but you've just got to grab life by the horns and go for it. This is meant to be the hottest weekend of the year, and it's going to go up to about 30 degrees in Glasgow today, which is mental for Scotland, mental for Glasgow in particular, but I'm out nice and early because it's still quite cool. It was about 16 degrees when I left the car, which is really nice, and it's quite sheltered this first part, so we'll see how it goes. I've actually hiked up here before a couple of times, both times with Ryan, both times in December, and the weather's been pretty miserable. I think one of the times we actually just got rained out and we turned around and went, do you know what, let's just go back to the car about halfway in. No, we weren't going up the Munro then, we were just hiking up to the Loch Dam, which is up here as well, which you'll see shortly, so we've done that. But we're now coming up to a crossroads, I think, and I think if you go left it takes you to Ben Vane, and then right takes you up to Ben Vorlich. Quite nice to be up here and it be really nice weather for a change, and it not be raining and really windy and then just getting soaked and being pretty miserable, rather than actually being out here, lovely day, lovely weather, and going to enjoy it. So basically I only come up here if it's extreme wet and windy or extreme sunshine like today, when it's going to be the hottest day of the year. About 3 kilometres in and it's all been concrete so far, basically an access road up to the Loch Dam. So it's been quite easy going so far. I know that in about a kilometre or so, maybe less, that we take a sharp right and we're basically going uphill from there. But what's quite nice is, I'll turn and show you this. Right now, this side of the mountain is still in the shade, which is going to be really good because it's quite steep and it's going to keep you a wee bit cooler on a hot day like today. So where we are just now, if you go left down there, that takes you up to Ben Vane, and up here is Ben Vorlich. I've also just put the hat on into sport mode because one, I like wearing a hat that way, and two, when I was walking up there the sun was hitting the back of my head, although it's not too warm, just want to protect it. How cool does that look right now with the sun in the shadow on that mountain? There's somebody's tent down there as well. This bit of shade right now is actually really nice. I'm going to have to cherish these moments today because of how hot it's going to be. What you'll also notice is I'm by myself. So I actually asked loads of people, do I go hike this weekend? Do I go and do a no? But no one was available. In that moment it could have been so easy for me to go, do you know what, I'm patching this. I can't be bothered going, no one's coming with me. But I thought, do you know what, I've always said I want to go and do this sort of stuff. So I just went and done it myself. I'm not too bothered. It's quite nice actually to get a bit of time away from everyone, just totally disconnect from the outside world and do outdoorsy stuff. In the distance there is the Loch Dam, which you see runs down to the power station at Vorlich when you're driving along the A82. Right now we're currently at about 180 metres elevation and we are going away up there, and this path takes us to about 680, so we're going to do about 500 metres of elevation. One of the times myself and Ryan came up here, on the day it was particularly windy, we decided we're going to sit down and have a coffee. We brought like Ryan's jet boil and I brought the coffee grounds. So we sat and made a coffee, and then we thought, do you know what, we'll have a ration pack. We brought ration packs with us to eat in a 45-minute hike. But do you know what, it was actually quite a good day, quite fun. And the fact that it was really cold actually hit us up and it felt really good afterwards. So even though it was a bit extreme for those conditions, it was really worthwhile. Here we are then, the steps are going to take us all the way up there. As you can see, I'm sweating profusely here. It's quite tough, that wee section there. It's pretty much stairs full way for a good couple hundred metres. We're actually at a kind of flatter bit right now. I'm having to watch my feet here because it's quite boggy. I suppose this bit is really flat, so it is going to get quite boggy when the weather's not great. But even though the weather's been fantastic the last wee while, it's obviously just not getting enough sun. So made that first wee bit. We're just over 400 metres of elevation at the minute, and we're just going to keep pushing on. I've got another steep bit to go, so this wee bit here is welcomed. We've made it past the kind of steepest part, up to about 800 metres, and we're on this nice wee ridge here. Nice and flat, a bit of recovery from the steep parts we've just done. It's getting warm, back into the sun, which is nice. It's not actually that warm right now. It doesn't feel too warm. I know it's going to get hot, but it's nice. I love being up here on days like this because the view is just tremendous when you get to the top. Not even at the top, just when you're walking about, you see different bits you just don't usually see. So yeah, it's been a good hike so far. We've been going for about an hour and a half and we're nearly there, which is good going. I've not stopped. I've only stopped once because there's a wee stream and I've got my wee water filter straw that I took when we went camping. So I was like, I brought it with me, so I need to make sure I use it. So there's a wee stream there. I got some water from it and actually just soaked my face as well because I'm sweating so much. So yeah, really nice and refreshing as it always is. But yeah, we're nearly there. We're about 100 metres or so from the top, which is back there. So we're going to go and get this Munro bagged. It's so quiet up here. I don't even want to talk. Wow. Here we go. We are at the top of Ben Vorlich. There we go. 943 metres. And we have made it about 2 hours bang on, which is nice. And there we go. Got to touch it to make sure that we made it. So we've descended quite a bit and we're now back down onto the steps here. So we've got a couple hundred metres of this, and then we're back onto the access road back along to the car park. There we go, back at the bottom. This was all shaded this morning. Now look at it, beautiful. There's a slide arm up there. There's us back onto, oh, and that is us back onto the road. Let's go. That was really fun, really good climb. Pretty tough. It was like being on a stairmaster, to be honest, with the steps for a good 500 metres. But once you got off that bit onto the kind of flatter bit near the top, it was quite nice. Nice wee climb. Not really a lot of scrambling, which is good. It means you can just focus on walking. So that is us back on the road, going down to the car, back to the car park. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, it's 5 to 10, which I am pretty buzzing about. So by the time I get back to the car, it'll probably be just after 10:30. I'm going to see if I can get anywhere for a cold dip, because right now I'm sweating my pan in, it's roasting, and Loch Lomond's 2 minutes away. No, 2 minutes. Loch Lomond's there, so need to jump into it, of course. I have now completed 3 of the 4 Arrochar Alps, which I'm delighted about. 1 more to go, which is Ben Vane. I did think about doing Ben Vane today as well, but with how hot it's going to be, I was like, nah, 1's enough, and I'll come back and do that again another day. So I came for a cold dip. I actually came away from Loch Lomond. I tried to park somewhere and it was just mobbed all the way up and down the side of Loch Lomond, just with tourists, people out. Oh, a bit too late for me to get parked, and that was only 11 o'clock. So came down to one of my favourite spots that I'm going to jump in and cool off because it is roasting. As I sat at the top drinking my water and electrolytes, I thought to myself, how good is this? Just sitting here looking across the views, could see Ben Lomond and a host of other mountains in the distance. Whenever I'm out on these hikes or camps, I always remember that people will pay a lot of money to come here, especially tourists. And that was reinforced to me when I got back to the bottom. There was a few buses waiting to go on a Loch cruise. It might not have been the most exciting of Munro's Ben Vorlich, but the purpose of doing this is to immerse yourself in nature. If you want to keep up with my adventures, camps, hikes, training, high rocks, whatever it is, please like and subscribe to my channel.